There, it worked. Holy hell, bro. I cannot get this thing to work. Don't know why they kicked me into the back rooms. Yeah, I hope this microphone works. Because it's just not working. What the hell? Finally. There we go. We have a decent microphone now. We are in legitimately the back rooms for this finale. No, I did not grow at all. This is just the back room. What is up, Jay? Jax? And that's it, because that's all who's here. Yes, today we're going to be doing the finale of Madden 25. Or at least attempting to. I just turned the volume down. Okay, so I'm crashing out because I hate this room. I have like barely any Wi-Fi, but this is the only place that was available to stream to this afternoon because my family did not tell me that they were going to be having a party everywhere. So, am I allowed to chat or not because I'm banned from the servers? No, actually you're allowed to chat, you're just not allowed to be retarded. So, speaking of that, we are going to attempt to open up Madden and actually play a game, but I have no service in this room, so wait for me. I don't even have a physical desk. That's how broke it is. This is ridiculous. So the goal for today is, I guess, announce, which Andre quit Discord. So I guess I'm going to be the one having to do the announcing. Never seen this before. So, I guess that's what we will do to start off, is announce the Hall of Fame. It just makes sense. We'll get all of these posted later. But I guess we can go ahead and read it out. These are the Hall of Fame for Madden of 2025. The Hall of Fame quarterbacks for this season, starting with obviously the bottom. We'll go Justin Fields from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Nico Iamaleava from the Baltimore Ravens, Trevor Lawrence from the Denver Broncos, Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs, Brock Purdy from the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Burrow from the Atlanta Falcons, and Lamar Jackson from the Houston Texans. Now running backs, Derrick Henry from the Detroit Lions, Travis Etienne Jr. from the Arizona Cardinals, Najee Harris from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenneth Walker III from the Baltimore Ravens, Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs, Ollie Gordon from the Atlanta Falcons, and Keyshawn Judkins from the Denver Broncos. Now let's go wide receiver / tight end. Marvin Harrison Jr. from the Cardinals and Bengals, Juju Smith-Schuster from the Atlanta Falcons, Marvin Mims Jr. from the Broncos, Jalen Waddle from the 49ers, Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Steelers, Jaden Reed from the Packers, and Puka Nacua from the Cowboys. And the D-line and linebackers, Jordan Hall from the New Orleans Saints, Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns, Aiden Hutchinson from the Baltimore Ravens, TJ Watt from the Steelers, Nick Bosa from the Niners, and James Pierce Jr. from the Broncos. In corners and safeties, Ronald Bond from the Colts and Broncos, Benjamin Morrison from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, B.J. Foster from the Los Angeles Rams, Brian Branch from the Falcons, Cooper DeJean from the Broncos, Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs, and Patrick Surtain from the Broncos. And now what everybody really wants is the Hall of Fame owners. Steelers, and darn dang finish number 7. ESJ from the Dallas Cowboys finishes number 6. Peterbilt from the Houston Texans finishes number 5. Ezevin from the Denver Broncos finishes number 4. Frosty from the Falcons. Cupcake from the Chiefs. And number 1 is no surprise, Andre from the Niners. So those are your Hall of Fame awards. And I guess now let's go to next season, where we'll see what happens. I think we're going to go to the playoffs and go week by week. But yeah, the goal is to go 10 seasons into the future. And I'm going to be pinging the Super Bowls. All right. Oh, we don't care about preseason, so we're going to go sim to regular season. Nobody give a crap. Did Chicago ever win? No. No, Chicago did never win. Chicago was one of the worst teams we've ever seen. All right, so I just want to double check that teams are in fact making moves. So we're going to look at the league transactions signed. Is there any like big signings? No, with like unlimited salary cap, you kind of don't expect much. Let me just go check my team, and we will see how we shape up. Okay, so we lost our center. I don't even know who has retired or anything. Dang, my team is getting old. Can I get another chance? I have anger management classes. Except for Jay, this is the finale of Ez Zone, but it makes sense that you got diagnosed. I kind of put that all together. However, this is the final season, so won't really do much. But let's go ahead and go just straight to the playoffs, because if you don't make the playoffs, honestly, your team doesn't really matter that much. And we're not going to be looking at teams a whole lot because nobody really gives a crap. But a lot of this is just going to be sitting here waiting. So if you guys want to relay your favorite memory of Ez Zone, it can be in Madden, it can be in a live stream. What was your favorite part? Is it going to be a Madden 26? You being banned was your favorite part? I finished 16-1. Okay, I was like, did I seriously miss the playoffs? And the one was against the Chargers. That is actually insane. But the playoffs aren't too terribly different. Quinn Ewers is now a Detroit Lion, and he was cooking. Joe Burrow with 57 touchdowns. You better believe they're the one seed. They finish undefeated? No, they lost 2 games. Good golly. What in the world? We averaged winning by over 3 scores a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, that's not how we do it. All right, so the Colts barely got in over the Raiders, and the Packers just fell shy. Did Bro finally come out of the closet? No, the closet's right here. But dang, Keyshawn Judkins. Okay, Bijan with 18. Okay, I thought Bijan was on the same team as the Falcons. My bad. So here's the playoff bracket. Back to back. I know it's crazy. All right. So the Niners still win their division, much to nobody's surprise. So let's go force advance next week. And we'll force advance again. Wow, the Bengals was an upset. Crazy work. The Colts with an upset as well. Dang, the Dolphins are finally good now. So we got the 1 and 4 and the 5 and 7 because Frosty just can't get out of the first round. That's so tragic, bro. All right. We don't care about Pro Bowls either. Oh, it looks like it's going to be me versus Woliak. That's crazy. In Dallas. So I'm probably closer. Oh, I'm trying to ping in the wrong spot. Eagles at Broncos. Bears next season. You can hope. Nico Imiolava went to the Eagles? Oh my goodness. Why? Why would the Ravens let him go like that? Oh, that's so tragic. How'd they get... They have Nico and Jalen Hurts? What are we doing, Philly? Come on, I need this win. I love how they just never fixed the Broncos aspect. Broncos get the first score in the Super Bowl, and now they're up 14-0. And my team just does awful, apparently. And are we going to have a blowout in the Super Bowl? 20-0. Okay, Nico. That's crazy. Nico sucked. Also, I do have a Lucky merch on, so maybe it's not my merch, but Lucky Bronco shirt. Apparently, I just needed to be wearing that all of this season. Dang. So I want to know how Nico got to Philly. So if we go NFC North, nope, East. These are retirees. Or can I just go look at the Eagles? Yes, I can. So staff week obviously wasn't there. Okay, it just didn't go over how they got Nico on the team. What if we go look at trades? Signed. Yeah, those are all practice squads. I don't know how I got there. If Bears win in the 10th season, I get credit. Let's go. You haven't owned that team in forever. So if you look at the season recap, Joe Burrow wins MVP, Peter Gaffney wins Coach of the Year, Joe Burrow wins Offensive Player of the Year, obviously. James Pierce Jr. wins Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie is Luis Peralta and Theo Riles, both from the Colts. So we could be seeing the Colts looking pretty nice. If we go, James Pierce had 24 sacks. Yay! All right. Let's go to next season. Ooh, ooh. So pretty much you got to hope that your team can draft and will actually put money into free agency. Because once people start retiring, we're cooked. Like the Broncos. All right, let's go to the playoffs because we don't really care. So one of my favorite memories would be back in the OG. If we go look at the Hall of Fame wide receivers, that's what we're going for. Back in 23. Whoops. Calvin Ridley from the Washington Commanders and Lions was insane. Stephon Diggs was also crazy. Terry McLaurin, DK, Jamar Chase, and Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. Like, Stephon Diggs played for the Bills, and Justin Jefferson ended up playing for the Bills. That'd be one of my favorite memories. When does S Zone 26 start? That's the point, Jay. There is no Madden 26. This is the final stream on this account. And the Broncos finished 15-2. Let's go. Jaguars are now in the playoffs, and the Bears have rebounded. The Colts are now the 5 seed. So the AFC South has kind of rebounded quite a bit. The Lions are the 1 seed. What happened to the Falcons? Joe Burrow gets MVP. Did he retire? Where is Bud? Earl McMillan? We still have Justin Fields and Bryce Young on the roster. What happened to Joe Burrow? Okay, he just wasn't good enough anymore, I suppose. I'm just stunned. Did they almost make the playoffs? 8-9? That team's 8-9? Alright, but the teams that are bad are the Vikings. Good golly. And who's bad? The Jets. Jets are really bad. Alright, let's just go straight up to the Super Bowl. We don't care about anything else. I blew out 41-9 on the Saints. Cards so good. Cards are not very good. And Super Bowl is me versus Ziggy. Let's go view the playoff bracket, though. Bears got beat by the eventual Super Bowl makers, and it's the 1 versus the 4. Colts lost, Chiefs lost, Jaguars lost. The Cowboys got blown out. Oh, no. All right, so it is in Atlanta, so it's closer to Tampa, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, that's just progress. If you're young, you're fine. All right, Tristan Wirfs, Bijan Robinson, and Kay Cummings. We could do with that. We could do with that. Also, this isn't like last time. Everybody is making moves. I turned everybody on autopilot except for myself, and then I turned my settings to auto everything as well. So I shouldn't just be a full 99 overall because people sign with me. All right, but the Buccaneers are significantly outmatched record-wise. Broncos score the first points, and the first points are scored against the Broncos that we've seen. Buccaneers are up 1 in the third, now down 2, now up 1, and interception by Malachi. He was a Hall of Fame snub. 1 second left, and the Broncos are another Super Bowl champion. I really built my team to have a legacy. I just didn't ever build it to be a one and done, which is why I never won any other rings besides the 10-year sims. I always dominate in the 10-year sims because I end up having a younger quarterback. Like, oh, Colby. Was it Colby Loveland? It was not Colby Loveland. What was his name? It wasn't Colby Ranch. What was his last name? Oh, that's when I had Bo Nix. Still had Bo Nix. Still had Bo Nix. I think I kept Bo Nix a long time. Colby Barnhart was his name. I remember these things now. Colby Barnhart was a Broncos legend. Oh, and Nick Singleton, Cedric Van Pran. Bro was a legend. Who were your guys' favorite players you ever had? Not just like, oh, I like my quarterback, but like somebody who you like kind of really bonded with, like you just wanted on your team to like retire eventually. So the Broncos fell off, the Eagles have fallen off. Okay, let me just double check something here. If we go look in free agency, Patrick Surtain is still there. What the flip? Jeez, bro. What is my team? Don't start with Colby. He defeated me in 24 and you eliminated the Bears from the playoffs. All right, so who just made the Super Bowl? Was the Buccaneers. Because, yeah, they're supposed to be autoing. The Chiefs are good. Let's go see if they still have Mahomes. Bro, they don't. I literally set it up to auto it. It just doesn't work that way, apparently. So yeah, I toggle autopilot. That 6'7" wide receiver Alex, what his face last cycle. Nah, Colby was not OP. He never even won a Super Bowl. Um, However, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make everybody else good, so I just might go ahead and win like 10 Super Bowls. So I'm just going to sim 10 years because it's broken again. Dang it. But yeah, who else was goaded? Shaq Galloway is probably one of my favorites. Just because he was goaded. He was 99 speed coming in, or maybe 97 speed coming into the league. And he was playing wide receiver four for me, and he still found a way to develop because every time he touched the ball, he'd house call. Is there ever going to be a new S zone? I mean, there's always a possibility. At the moment, no, exclusively because I don't have moderators to want to run it because it takes a lot of work, um, stat tracking and everything, and we could simplify it. I just don't find it worth it. I'd rather just watch football itself and do fantasy leagues, which is what I'm doing. I'm in two fantasy leagues. One where if you win a week, you steal a player. We may do like small little Madden videos potentially, but we're all just going to do it on the main channel because this one hasn't taken off like I was hoping it to. So we're going to go ahead and do that instead. And because if I'm playing Madden, I can't play other games that I'd really like to get better at. Like Fortnite, I'm trying to get good, and I'm making headway. Woo! But you may see Madden again on the main channel. We're just gonna only pay attention to that. My new account is jcolefan_w. Username for what? But yeah, I think we'll rewatch a few of the hype videos that we made over the years, just cause, come on, they're OG. So I'm gonna go ahead and start like researching where we could watch those at. Are you going to do Among Us today? No. Actually, if you guys want to know what and when I'm streaming, we now have an ability, or I've tested it this time. We had it a while ago and it just never worked. We have a brand new calendar. It should show you all of my upcoming things, um, Discord-wise. So if you guys click that link, it's not a scam. It's just a link that'll bring you straight to my calendar. and you can see when I'm planning on streaming. I will try to keep that updated as best as to my abilities. But today we have the Madden Sim finale, and then we have a Fortnite stream tonight from 6 to 9. We're playing in the Solo Cup, trying to do well in that. And then we have Roblox Monday, Tuesday, Fortnite Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we're going to try to do Roblox again. And then we also have fantasy drafts next week. If you guys want to join a fantasy league, I can make another one. Then we have a trip. So that's the plan at the moment. Let me check here. Work. So, yes, gotta go to my channel. So we are currently in the year 2035. So if we look under videos, we did that Steel Player season for a while. Did Pick'ems for a while. Oh yeah, this Madden Hype video was dope. It was 10 minutes long.
Already know how this thing goes.
Oh, that was cringy. You already know how this thing goes. Also, if you guys would like to see me do a Retro Bowl series on the main channel, I'd be down, low key. I want to join a fantasy league. Except for Jay, I wish you could join me in a fantasy league. Except for, you know what? I don't really trust your ability to not rage quit in the middle of it. So you got to prove to me first that it's worth making a full brand new league for you. Yo, we could do an E7 Ops league. Yes, please do. Well, JD, get on Discord. Contact me. You guys have my DMs. Come up with some fantasy football ideas that we could do. Uh, alternative ways to play. Ooh, Guillotine Leagues, a weekly battle royale where each team with the lowest score is eliminated each week until only one team remains. Yo, that could low-key be cool. That I kind of like. You don't have to add me. I'll just add you and invite you to my server. Fantasy, but you have to drop your highest point score each week. Grob, we're kind of doing that already. It's fantasy football, but if you beat somebody, you steal their player for the rest of the season. So pretty much, if you have one guy go for 50 like Jamar Chase, week one, and you lose, you're probably losing Jamar Chase. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a guillotine draft where we do 18 weeks, and then we just cut the lowest scoring person every week. Loki, that could be cool. What year are we in? We are currently in the year 2037. So we're getting close. My fantasy app is not currently loading. I think I may go make a guillotine draft, and you just don't finish last. And that would be a little bit weird to do. We would just basically, you're going to get kicked from the league, and I'm going to take ownership of your team and release everybody. Except for like Tom Brady and stuff like that. We're just going to make sure you lose every week. So you're never really playing to win anything. You're eventually going to make the finale. Or we make a league that's just all playoffs. Okay, why is my fantasy app not working? Is anybody else's fantasy apps broken? Oh, now we're in. Do you use Yahoo? No, I use ESPN. Also, I'm doing pigskin again in my server if you guys are interested. I haven't done any picks yet. How do I create another league? Join. No. Create or join a league. There we go. We're going to do, how many weeks are in a season? 16? 18? Yeah, 18 week season. Guillotine. I have no idea how to spell guillotine. Here. Guillotine. There we go. I'm going to type it so I can see it. Guillotine League. Alright, now I just have to actually make it. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Alright, so what can I do league manager wise? Yep, guillotine. Draft set, nope. Roster, nope. Scoring. I don't know how to change the way the playoffs works in it. But yeah, we're gonna go do the guillotine. We are in 2038 off season now. So we could probably hop in, see what's happened. I mean, I'm just gonna be dominating everything. Even we need help in the secondary. Yeah, because we let everybody go. All right. So that's when I won. That's when I won. Oh, never mind. Apparently, I'm not just the greatest ever. Everybody's having problems holding people on their team. So the Giants got one and lost it against the Bills. No, they won it against the Bills. They won it against the Giants. Good Lord. 2034, we had Eagles, Dolphins. And then we had Eagles at Broncos again, except for I lost that time. Then we have Commanders and Broncos. That one's both me because I own the Commanders at the moment. And then we had Eagles, Jaguars. Bears will be winning. It's not looking like it. We have 49ers, Chiefs. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 2 more seasons to go. Crap, did I break it? I broke it. Simulate draft. Okay. Woo! So pretty much people just aren't allowed to pick up anybody in free agency, is what it's seeming to be. So you better hope you draft a quarterback. All right, Stoker. Jeez, I see you. I'm so glad we kept James Pierce Jr. because it's crazy. Oh, I got Donovan Ayers on my team. Sheesh. How to make Super Bowl? I don't know. All right. So yeah, if you guys are interested in joining my Guillotine League, which means you lose, you're out. I don't know how exactly that's going to work, playoff bracket wise and stuff, but I'll make it work. So if you're interested, go ahead and DM me. And then we'll need to find a time to draft. Well, you have to DM me. Otherwise, I can't really help you. So I got the invite link. So that just means you have to draft for consistency. Winning 1 week does not matter. All right, and the Super Bowl is Ravens Bucks. Got one more Super Bowl to go to. Actually, while it's simming, I've really got to go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be back. I forgot that my microphone is this. I probably should have sent it straight to the Super Bowl. Whoopsies. So yeah, I believe I invited you two to the Guillotine League. I think that'd be fun. You did. Yeah, Jay, I know you're in. I didn't know if there was anybody else, like Grob, the guy who came up with it. But also, we have 29 viewers. I kind of doubt that. I think we're being view botted. Man, this dog is outside and it's not. Stop barking. And we have a Packers Bills Super Bowl. All right, let's go force advance to the offseason, though. So I guess it was kind of fair. But go to the recaps, though. Bills win, and Bucks won against the Ravens. All right, was there anything that was super insane that happened? If we go to look at the record book, James Pierce Jr. now leads the NFL in career sacks with 292. If we look at season stats, here's one: Puka Nacua and James Pierce Jr. with the most sacks in the season in a single game. None of those got broken rookie season. S. Scott was insane with passing touchdowns and yards for the Bucks. And Jay Murray and O. Monroe and Prestley. And in a rookie game, nothing. It was Grubb. He doesn't want Ed Zone to end, I bet. Well, I don't know. The last Super Bowl ever was after this. Yes, it was, and you didn't make it. Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you guys want, go watch those old Sims. See how much we got better if you guys want to live the old glory days. Other than that, this is going to be the end of Ez Zone. It was a nice experiment. And with 362 subs, we appreciate it. It was nice while it lasted. It did what it was supposed to do. It made us all happy to hate Andre for winning many Super Bowls. So before we go, I'm actually going to make sure we save over the old file. So that way we can't go back. It's over. It's done. No changes. We are going to quit Madden. We're going to get out of it and uninstall it so my laptop gets a little bit faster, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to get the Hall of Fame posted very soon. The total ring count is counted up, except for I didn't mark it with 5. So yeah, Andre finished with 5, Axel and I with 4, Cupcake with 2, Petra with 2, Jackson, Antron, Marco, Philly owner, Stupid, and Jalen all got 1. You can look and see the previous fantasy drafts. We're not going to have a 26 fantasy draft at the moment. We could potentially in the future. If you guys want to check out records, see who the GOATs were. For some reason, Desmond Ritter was a GOAT. But other than that, Scoregami is fully finished. We had lots of scores. It was a great ride. Thank you for joining me on it, and we will see you guys on the other side. See you guys.